listening, calling. Anton, first 29er. Pete Bush, Dylan, Kelly Holtis, and Calvin. Did great today so far. Saturday, SDAYC Turkey Day Clinic. Friday. You guys are a really good new team. Okay, we're doing a couple races in the afternoon. This morning we did pre-start holding position and balance on a 29er. Getting balance at very slow speed is actually a great drill, and learning how to turn the boat with the sails teaches you how to just stay upright at first instead of going out and ripping around and flipping. So we did this holding position drill. Then we did the Argentina drill where you change directions every 2 whistles. Every time you hear 2 whistles, you go the opposite direction. And every time you hear 1 whistle, you tack or jibe. We did that all morning, and now we're doing a couple races. Windward Mark is over there by that white boat up there, yellow buoy up there, right in front of those FJs. Okay, look at Anton. Anton's probably 70 pounds soaking wet, man. Skipper in that boat right there. Sailing Paris Hankins first, 29er. Paris having gone to the Olympics in Brazil in a 49er. That was her first boat about 10 years ago. Now, what we got to learn is, in these conditions, the crew's back is to the wind. They are not really able to look forward very well. The skipper has to anticipate the puffs on the water and the light spots. So this is like day 1, essentially. These guys have sailed a 29er once in their life. Let's see, pretty light wind that day. And so they're not even really trapping yet. You can see Jack's just starting to learn to trap. And you'll see their heads are going to be looking straight into the boat. Whereas if they see that little puff coming, they won't bear off when the wind gets light. But great job, man. Look at these guys. Okay. These guys in bad air here right there. Great day today. Sails look pretty good. Main, I bet you they forgot to do their traveler. They were told about 9 times. We'll ask them. You can see their leech isn't closing enough and they're too blocked. So maybe they tightened it and we need to even go a little more. Oh, too bad, Anton. No worries. Okay, so Kelly came around first, had a little twist. Here's Petey. We worked on these this morning. I might as well just do the hardest set right away with these guys. You have to learn to set, get the spinnaker to fill, and then immediately jibe. It's a really important move that is usually better in these boats than it is to do a jibe set, where you just spin it into a jibe and do it. But okay, they're a little too, but good soak position. Earlier we were full trap conditions. But you see where he's sitting. This is called soaking. I like this. It's lighter this afternoon. Their jib is too tight. So too tight a jib will suffocate the spinnaker. It affects the wind in front of the boat because the slot is so closed. And other reasons too, but there you go. Jib's too tight, no problem. So they're doing around the leeward pin end of the starting line as a leeward mark to finish. Pin end is that little pin or little orange thing there. That was actually an excellent rounding because you want to be going upwind still as you're pulling your spinnaker in, especially in small regattas when you're practicing. You want to really practice being going upwind, taking it down. This start was a more calm approach. Remember, sailboat racing is slow, 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 especially in skiffs. And then at 20 seconds or at 10 seconds, we go, go, go. You don't want to be going fast in these boats before the race. You've already practiced, you've already worked on speed. Now it's about staying stable. If you go reach off at 12 knots of breeze and flip, you just literally are sitting near the starting line. Slow, slow. So this is just outstanding. Okay, so our goal for Kelly this time was to do everything the same except downwind, looser jib. That's the leader right there. Looser jib downwind. Top of the jib should almost be luffing or a tiny bit luffing on the top of the jib downwind. You do not want to over trim jibs downwind. Let's see. Pete goal was to, what was the goal for Pete? Less Cunningham, less bang downwind. Everything else pretty much the same. He said he had troubles with the ley lines. No worries. Look at Anton hanging in there this time. Jack trapping. He didn't trap all morning, and look at him. Yeah. Sorry I have so many shots straight up into the wind. But that's a pretty cool shot. Too much roll again. Don't get off the saucer too much. The bottom of a skiff is like a saucer shape, and you just pivot on that thing and don't get the leeward rail in the water. Wow, look at this. Aggressive hoisting while still going upwind. Now you should main in, head up. Up a little. So you gotta fill it. Again, rail in the water. Ease the jib, good. Up a little, up. They have a really hard halyard. Up a little, right there. See that? They filled it and then they dropped. Up, Harrison, right there. Hey, God, these guys literally started sailing 29ers about 2 months ago. And this is just outstanding. 7 knots of wind now. This morning they handled up to 10, maybe 11 in a few puffs. Look at Anton, non-spinnaker, hanging right in here. This is just great. These four can really push each other. They're all from San Diego Yacht Club, so they can just push each other. Keep doing it. A really young FJ fleet at the clinic here. Looks like Pete's taking Harrison back here. Pete was fastest downwind this morning. Kelly kind of creaming us right now, so we got to figure out. I'm going to power Pete up. Make sure his board's down. Make sure his sail's powered up. Probably gonna make sure that Harrison's board is up and Anton's board is upwind. They're smaller, less experienced. They're just getting heeled over a little too much at times, so we'll try them with the board upwind. But Petey needs power, so we're just gonna stomp his board, power up his sail, and see if we can improve him here. Back in the race. Back in the race. One thing we talked about is how important it is to move fore and aft in these boats. Every light spot, we're wiggling forward. As we get ripping, we get the knuckle of the bow out of the water and lean back. Upwind and downwind. So if it's gusty, the crew's moving forward and back in these conditions as much as like 1.5 feet. Light spots upwind, we're pulling the main in and moving forward. Leaning forward. Okay, here's the leeward mark. I think Pete's totally gotten back into this race. This is a tough takedown. Very manageable in 7 knots of wind though. Now what we're looking at here is the top of the jibs. How much is the top luffing compared to the bottom? Okay, drop it while you're coming into the mark. No problem, that's a good idea. Yeah. Cool, that's a good idea. When you're laying the mark on starboard, drop it first, then jibe. Okay, trying to drive, do whistles, and video. Look at the water, guys. You got to see the next puff. Is the jib luffing at the top first? If it is, that means we're trimmed too loose in these conditions. We want to break even on the jib in these conditions. Or maybe barely at the top. All right, look at these guys. Look at that sail. That's a dog mane right there. These guys are cool. Right now we got knuckle in the water. The crew, lean forward! Every time you pull the main sheet in, you're moving forward on these boats. You got to get the knuckle of the bow deeper as we get lighter wind. It gets the stern out of the water too. You can see their jib track isn't working all that great, but they just need to ease the jib. Oh, he just kicked it. Look how tight it is. That's going to make the boat be kind of unstable, but they're actually doing pretty good. That's going to create more power by having it that bone in the center of the boat. Oh, they're just going through bad air. So that's not, see, his jib didn't luff, his jib's actually stalled. Head up, your jib is stalled. Telltales are hanging straight down. Up, up, yeah, there. Leeward one's got to fly a little bit. That's it. Now you got power. Yeah, he was just going down too low. Okay, look at this. Petey Bush, not a great start. He's right back in it. They're making the mark here. Harrison and Colin doing a great job keeping their main on and moving forward. See how far the bow goes down?